Welcome back into college football now. I am Tom Downey, and you guessed it, some more college football recruiting updates. Now we're taking a look at the Oregon recruiting class, which at one point had dipped to barely inside the top 15. They were 14th after they lost Dante Moore, who of course slipped to UCLA a couple days ago. Now they're back in the top 10 after a very strong day. So far, they may or may not be done at this point. Here are their recruiting rankings according to the major services. 8th in the 24/7 Sports Composite, 6th from ESPN, 9 on Rivals, number 5 just on the 24/7 Sports only rankings, 8th on the On3. I was going to sound weird if I didn't say it that way there. So a consensus top 3 grouping. They have 27 commits this time around, 3 5-stars, several of whom they've gotten today. We'll break that down here momentarily. 15 different 4-stars and 9 3-stars is even without Mario Cristobal. Oregon continues to recruit well under Dan Lanning. Moments before filming, though, they'd actually dropped from 7 down to number 8. So they're behind Oklahoma, LSU, OSU, Texas, Miami. There's Cristobal. Georgia and Alabama, barely ahead of Notre Dame and Tennessee. Now, I will make note, Oregon might not be done today or later on in the recruiting process. Keep an eye on 2 4-star players. Jaden Lamar, the running back of Notre Dame, commit currently, and uncommitted defensive lineman Ashton Porter. The Ducks are very much involved with both of those guys. Get them. You could potentially see yourself rise even higher in the recruiting class rankings. Now, we will have an updated top 25 classes, which would factor in any potential changes for Oregon later on today. It's a marathon day here at Chat Sports. So make sure you guys are subscribed. YouTube.com/@ChatSports. National Sunday coverage all day long right here. Hit that big red button or the black and white button if you're on the new version of YouTube right now. Let's break down the 5-stars for Oregon, and they began oh so hot. They went out and flipped 5-star safety Peyton Bowen from Notre Dame. A big, massive get for the Ducks out of Denton, Texas. He's the number 2 safety, number 3 player in that state. Technically still unsigned, by the way, is Jurrion Dickey, the 5-star, number 15 overall prospect, wide receiver from California, number 2 receiver, number 3 player from the state. But hey, remember, when you're on the West Coast, your signing days often come later in the day because time is a thing and time zones are a thing. So I'm not worried about Dickey flipping it all there. The final 5-stars, maybe the more intriguing name of the bunch, is Matayo Uiagalelei, the brother of DJU. 5-star edge, number 31 overall. Oregon got him today. A significant get for the Oregon Ducks to land Uiagalelei, and those are their 3 5-stars. The rest of the group we're going to break down here momentarily, but I mentioned, Oregon might rise beyond their current number 8 spot. Where will they finish when it's all said and done in the high school-only recruiting rankings? Make those predictions for me in the comments section at the pinned comment on today's video. So if an ad break comes here on YouTube, just take advantage of it. Head down there. Let me know. Daylen Austin is also not technically signed or submitted to the fax machine, whatever, but he did flip today from LSU to Oregon, a significant get for the Oregon Ducks. He's number 109 overall, number 12 corner as the Ducks trying to get some more defensive help. After losing Dante Moore, the Ducks did get another flip, right? They've done a good job of that today. Austin Novosad, the quarterback who was committed to Baylor. A lot of teams were after him. Oregon comes through and lands the Texas product, the number 10 ranked quarterback. Number 134 overall, the athlete listed at 6'3", 220, Kenyon Sadiq out of Idaho. He is, I think to the surprise of nobody, the number 1 ranked recruit in the state of Idaho. And Dante Dowdell, the running back, number 6 overall. He is the number 3 player from Mississippi. So Oregon, as so often they find ways to do when it comes to a recruiting standpoint, like how all the big programs do, they're going nationwide to land their players. Are you wasting money on subscriptions? 80% of people have a subscription that they forgot about. Maybe it's an unused Amazon Prime account or Hulu or Netflix or any of the other number of numerous streaming services maybe you just don't use anymore. There's this great app that I use, helps me track all my expenses. And because of it, I no longer waste money on subscriptions I don't need anymore. It's called Rocket Money, formerly known as Truebill. Maybe you've heard about it. The app shows all your subscriptions in one place and then cancels for you whatever you don't still want. Rocket Money can even find subscriptions you didn't know you were paying for. Maybe even find out you've been double charged for a subscription. To cancel one, all you have to do, just press cancel. Rocket Money takes care of the rest. No more trying to remember what your password is or dealing with customer service. Rocket Money does it for you. Get rid of those useless subscriptions with Rocket Money now. Go to rocketmoney.com/NFL Daily. That's rocketmoney.com/NFL Daily. It could save you hundreds per year. That link's in the comment section and the description of today's show. Let's go back to the Oregon recruiting rankings here. Ashton Cozart, another 4-star wide receiver. He's number 184 overall. Another kid from Texas, Flower Mound. Good size, by the way. Listed at 6'3" and change. Amari Washington, 4-star defensive lineman, just outside the top 200. Arizona product, number 3 player in the state. And then the number 4 player in the state is Cole Martin, the cornerback, right after number 229 overall. And then another defensive player, again, makes sense to go get some hog mollies, right? Johnny Bowens out of Texas, 265. He's number 37 rated defensive lineman. And Blake Purchase, I would argue pretty elite name, hasn't signed yet, did commit all the way back on 9/6, so I'm not too worried about him, but just keep that one in mind. He's from Colorado. He is the number 1 player in the state of Colorado, so I mean, Colorado, Deion Sanders, I get all that. Maybe it's something they consider, but he's been committed to Oregon since September, so I think it's just more timing, I would hope. But hey, signing day, weird stuff happens. Never lock it in stone. Now, Oregon's trying to do something they haven't done in 2 years, win the Pac-12. It's been Utah's conference somehow. So will Oregon win the Pac-12 next year? Type in Y for yes, N for no. Make those predictions in the comments section. All right, we're going back to more defensive linemen. Terrence Green, 4-star defense lineman, sneaks in that top 300. I will make note that oftentimes the sizes are a bit deceptive. He's listed at 6'5", though. That's pretty darn big. Cody DeCambra, the safety out of Bishop Gorman, the powerhouse Las Vegas high school, 4th rated prospect in the state. We have now reached the portion where I might mess up some names, and I will apologize in advance for doing so. Apani Lalalu? And maybe that's right again. I'm sorry if I get that wrong. That is the number 1 rated Hawaii player. He is the first prospect in that state. He's 6'2", listed size, 6'2", 355 pounds. George Silva, the JUCO, who has not yet signed but committed back in October at a Fullerton College. He's the number 5 overall JUCO, the top offensive line JUCO product, which I think is pretty significant. Then there's Tyler Turner, the 4-star safety, number 392 overall. It actually wraps up all of the 4-star prospects after Turner. There's number 480, Mikael Gardner, the 3-star defensive lineman, also out of Arizona. He's the number 10 D lineman, as that's been a big focal point this cycle for Oregon to add some beef on the interior. Tidum I botched that one already. Tidum Tuioti, I think you say it right, I'm not sure. Number 2 prospect in the state of Oregon, all the way down at 5'03", which I think is a bit disappointing for that high school grouping. Tavita Pamai out of Utah, number 7 prospect in that state, 6'3", 315 as a defensive lineman. Janoris Wilson from Lakeland, Florida, 6'5", 285, again, listed size. He's in the top, almost nice at 6'6", not quite 6'9" there. Jaden Moore, the edge rusher out of California. He's number 697 overall. Some more prospects still to come. But first, who is your favorite recruit in Oregon's recruiting class? Let me know in the comment section. Maybe it's the quarterback. Maybe it's the highest rated guy. Maybe it's a guy that you've liked because he's been committed to Oregon for a long time. Whoever it is, drop that prospect name for me in the comments right now. We're going to wrap up here and not go in order. As we were filming this, Solomon Davis just committed and signed with the Oregon Ducks. That is the 3-star athlete out of California. He's actually 5'72", so out of order there, but he just signed. Jerry Mixon, next up here, 3-star linebacker from San Francisco. Number 65 player in the state, number 63 at linebacker. Lipe Moala at Monterey, again, high-powered high school in California. He's 770 overall. Bryce Bolton feels like a good lineman name. That's what he is, interior offensive lineman. And then Colin Gill rounds things out. He's actually number 1,212 on the 24/7 Sports Composite, because that's what we use for all the player rankings, because that's just the industry standard. Now, we will be back again in a little bit today with the updated top 25 rankings, and then we'll also break down the top 25 commits and where they signed tomorrow. So make sure you guys are subscribed.